Welcome back to another video, guys. Gotta respect SMU for their win, obviously, because it was incredible. Biggest win they've had in the 21st century. But today, we're going to be talking about everything in football. I've made projected rankings, which is why this episode may be longer. But yeah, teams keep losing and being garbage. Hugh Freeze is now gone, and he's history. He's literally history. Good for the guy, like, just good for him. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about football. Let's get into this. Also, press the like button for the Christmas tree. So, the first thing I'm going to be doing is looking at the rankings. I haven't looked at them, so we'll see what I react to it all. Obviously, I don't like the rankings. I don't like the AP poll. I think they're a bunch of dummies. But we'll get into it, you know? We're just going to watch these people who are basically racist to Big Ten teams. And Big 12, they treat the Big 12 like an orphanage. So we're just going to watch them be rude. And the ACC, obviously, is very underrated. Ohio State's number 1. They should be. Better be. Or I'm going to kick someone in the face. Indiana's number 2. Texas A&M number 3, oh my gosh, I can't speak English. Alabama number 4, Georgia number 5, Oregon number 6, Ole Miss number 7. They're all in the same place. BYU number 8, they jumped 2 spots. That should be the right thing. Texas Tech number 9, jumped 4 spots. Jumped Notre Dame, that's right, and they're 9th. Notre Dame's 10. As a Stanford fan, I do not allow this, and I think that is very dumb. Oklahoma's number 11. That's should be right. They jumped 7 spots. UVA is number 12. They jumped 3 spots. Okay, fair enough. Texas is number 13. They jumped 7 spots. That makes no sense in my opinion. I'm not going to lie. I think Texas has had a grand struggle winning. Vanderbilt had to play like garbage. Louisville's number 14. They jumped 2 spots. I don't get why they're not in front of Texas, but whatever. Vanderbilt's number 15. Should have fallen harder. I'm not going to lie. Georgia Tech's number 16. They fall 8 spots, which makes no sense in my opinion. Like, we just went up to a guy, really just stupid guy, and said, hey, dude, we know you're from the least educated place in the world. Can you give us rankings? And he went, sure, don't know a clue about any of this, but I got you. And just gave us this. I mean, Georgia Tech's no, Georgia Tech's better than this. Georgia Tech's not 16. It was just bad defense, obviously. Utah's number 17. I think that's completely fine. Miami's number 18. I don't know about that. Miami can play, definitely Miami can play as one of the best teams in the country. We saw it earlier in the season. Missouri is number 19. I think they're overrated. You haven't beaten anyone. Your best win's overtime against trash Auburn and South Carolina. Barely beat South Carolina. USC's number 20. Good win over Nebraska. Dylan Raiola, the clone, had to get hurt for it, though. Michigan, number 21. Purdue should have beat them. Memphis, number 22. I don't get why Memphis is top 25 when they have the worst win in the country. I mean, loss, whatever the heck. I can't speak English. Tennessee still ranks somehow. You're 6-3, but, you know, you have good losses. 37-20 versus Alabama, good loss. Alabama lost to Florida State, guys. Let's be real. And you can say what you want. Wake Forest has no offense, and their defense played stinky poo because they gave it all they wanted versus SMU. Washington, number 24. Think they should be ranked, and they are. I mean, kinda. I don't know if Washington should be ranked. I think Iowa should be ranked. Cincinnati's 25, and yes, I still think they should be ranked. Receiving votes, Iowa number 26, James Madison number 27. How the heck is James Madison 27? Pittsburgh 28, you should be ranked, Pitt. You're 7-2. San Diego State number 29, and North Texas number 30, South Florida number 31. I don't know why South Florida's getting votes. SMU number 32. Wait, okay. Houston number 23. Oh my gosh, 33. Illinois number 34, LSU number 35, Arizona State number 36. How are we letting LSU get votes, and how are we letting TCU get none? I'm saying this like a dummy. South Florida's getting votes, though. South Florida has the same record as TCU, bro. Bro. But those are the rankings. We just let some blind guy from, like, Nicaragua make them. So, that's what we got. I mean, I just don't know, man. These are interesting. Really interesting. I mean, look, I think Oregon's better than Bama and Georgia, not gonna lie. They have a high ceiling, that's for sure. We saw versus Rutgers, and we saw their basic floor versus some of Indiana, mostly Wisconsin. But, I don't know. This is fun. This is really funny. You think Notre Dame, I mean, Notre Dame's got, this is the best two-loss team rightfully. Texas, I don't know. Anywho, let's move on to my rankings, I guess. On to my rankings, yay. Okay, my rankings, probably gonna get destroyed for. So, ranking teams the wrong way. That's what most of you probably think. So, Ohio State's number 1. Some people may be like, you're not putting Indiana in front of Ohio State. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not that crazy. I'm kidding. I think they may be better than Ohio State, which sucks. Indiana is number 2, Texas A&M number 3, Oregon number 4. Look, my reasoning is pretty simple. Alabama may have better wins than Oregon. Yeah, sure. Let's say that. But they have a very good loss, and Alabama doesn't. Alabama has the most atrocious loss known to man. And yet the Nicaragua man can't recognize that. So, they're 5th, okay? Georgia's number 6, Ole Miss number 7, Texas Tech number 8, BYU number 9, Oklahoma number 10, Georgia Tech number 11. They only fall 3 spots. Get used to it. I don't want to hear it. Virginia is number 12. Louisville's number 13. Also, if y'all are wondering, I think Georgia Tech is very good, and I think they can do well. Louisville number 13, like I said. Miami number 14. Yeah, that's right. Miami's the other than OU, is the best two-loss team. Notre Dame number 15. I think Notre Dame is not that good, not gonna lie. They almost lost to Boston College. Look, just gonna put that in perspective. Boston College hung with them for most of the game. They basically played Boston College like Stanford played Boston College, okay? That's embarrassing, which just also gives me more hope that Stanford's gonna win out, which is just makes me so happy. Pretty sure Goldbranson got injured though, so that dream may be shattered, and we may go 3-9 for the freaking 5th time. So Utah is 16. Yep, in front of Texas. I don't want to hear it. Texas is 17. Vandy's 18. Iowa 19. 20 Michigan. 21 USC. 22 Pitt. Oh my gosh, Pitt's ranked. I'm a Stanford fan. If they beat Stanford, you're automatically ranked. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Missouri's 23. I really had nowhere else to put them. Missouri's 24, and San Diego State's 25. Tennessee died. Houston died, and Navy died. Being my top 5 out. Washington, North Texas, TCU, Memphis, and James Madison. If you're wondering, Tennessee fans, you're 31st. I had an argument with myself over James Madison and Tennessee and decided, screw Tennessee, James Madison probably could beat them. That's right. I'm kidding. I don't know about that, but just remember, most games versus group of 5 teams are played at home. Just going to point it out. SMU's played theirs on the road and struggled compared to most teams who play at home. But SMU has guts. That's why I'm wearing this hat right now. Totally. Anywho, you can say what you want about my rankings. Alabama's 5th. Get used to it. Texas is 17. Get used to it. Y'all lost to Florida. Florida chokes every game, and they somehow didn't choke it against you. Vanderbilt's 18. If you have an argument against that, go ahead, fire away. I think they're going to go undefeated the rest of the season. Yeah. I just don't with these rankings sometimes. Like, we should find a new guy to make them, not the Nicaragua guy, whatever. Because he's not doing his job too great, guys, and I don't know if you realize that. But y'all just keep letting him do it. It's kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. I don't get why y'all do it. Anywho, we have those rankings. Y'all say what you want. after I make rankings, I question myself. Don't worry. I question why I put specific teams where. By the way, I'm going to let Notre Dame keep falling. Notre Dame will have no... Even if Notre Dame wins out, they're not getting into my playoff. Nope. My bracket will not have Notre Dame no matter what. Just to annoy you Notre Dame fans. The undefeated. Okay. You got 4 teams. 4 teams. And they're all good and underrated and disrespected because they're either in an orphanage or they're just disrespected. So, Ohio State's number 1. People keep telling me they shouldn't be. I've seen rankings with Alabama number 1. I was like, I'm gonna just lose it. I think it's over. It's over. Indiana, BYU, and Texas A&M. You can say what you want. That Ohio State's not good. That Indiana's not good. That Texas A&M's not good. That's all not true. BYU not good. Yeah, no. BYU beat Utah. Texas A&M has beaten several really good teams, including apparently Notre Dame. And then they have several other good wins. If you want to name them, go ahead. It's been a good year for A&M. They've been the really only dominant team in the SEC. You got Ohio State and Indiana wiping the floor with the Big Ten. They're in a hard conference with a lot of depth. I will point out the depth later when I show you the projected standings. But there is so much depth to this that nobody's even realizing. Every conference this year has a lot of depth. Say what you want about Stanford. BYU, I mean, you really have also played good teams. BYU's had a somewhat hard schedule. They have a really hard schedule going down the road. Play TCU. They play Texas Tech. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. But we'll see if they can accomplish winning out. They'll have to beat Tech. I think Tech will beat them. Tech has a lot of talent. If Martin's playing, I think Tech wins. But, yeah, those are the undefeated. We're moving on to talking about how Alabama is the worst team. Totally, no, that's not what we're talking about. But let's move on. We first look at the SEC. Yep. So, you got Texas A&M winning the conference championship versus Alabama. Alabama fans, you have so much grace for me that I let y'all play in this stupid CFP whatever. I can't speak English. I just can't. SEC championship. So Georgia is 3rd. You can see that obviously. Ole Miss 4. Oklahoma is 5. Vandy's 6. They're all going 10-2 or 10-3 for Alabama. Who cares about Bama? No one cares about Alabama on this channel, okay? If you are here and you're an Alabama fan, comment down below because I will kick you. So Texas is 7, and they go 8-4 because I just want more people to be mad at me. Tennessee is going 8-4. I just want more people to be mad at me. Missouri's going 8-4. More people mad at me. Florida 6-6. Yeah, I think all people will beat Florida State. I'm not gonna lie. LSU, you're playing terrible, but you go 7-5, 3-5, because you're playing terrible. South Carolina 4-8. Good for you guys. I think you'll be. Wait, no, you'll lose to Clemson. Kentucky, you'll lose to Louisville very hard. Sorry, Butter Oak. But Auburn, you go 5-7. Good for y'all. Emma State, sadly. Y'all may win another game. Hopefully Ole Miss or Missouri, but I don't know. I thought about them beating Missouri. It was so generous. 0-8 for Arkansas. Sorry, Arkansas fans. Ohio State, you go 13-0. You're number 1. Indiana gets beat by Ohio State in the championship. Iowa beats Oregon because no one's paying attention to Iowa, and I think they're better than what everybody thinks. And go 9-3. You look at their losses. Their losses I have are to USC, Indiana. They're the only team that has given Indiana problems, and Iowa State at Iowa State. And if you don't know, Iowa State is one of the hardest places to play in college football right now. The last several years, they've been very good at home, and it's been hard to play there. I know this by watching TCU get absolutely whooped in the face 78 times by Iowa State when they go to Iowa State. It is depressing how hard they've gotten terrorized by the Cyclones. They're not Hawkeyes. Michigan's going. Ignore that. US. Oh my gosh. Oregon's going 10-2. They lose to Iowa. No wait. Yeah, Iowa. Stupid. Oregon's losing to Iowa and Indiana. 2 reasonable losses. USC goes to 9-3. Basically saying they're gonna lose one more game, which is Oregon. They lost to someone, Illinois, and they lose to Notre Dame. All good losses, and I feel like some people say they're overrated. Michigan is 8-4. Good for Michigan. I don't care about them. I don't like them. Minnesota's 8-4. Washington 9-3. They're 8. Northwestern 7-5. They beat Illinois. Illinois fans, say what you want. Illinois 8-4, 5-4. They lose to Northwestern, and yet danced on. Nebraska 7-5. They finished 11th in the conference play. UCLA 4-8, but they're 4-5 in conference because they couldn't beat any teams. You couldn't beat Utah. You couldn't beat anybody because you're garbage. Sorry to say. So Rutgers 6-6, 3-6 in conference. Penn State 4-8. I'm about to get a lot of hate for saying that. Michigan State 4-8, Maryland 4-8, and then you got Purdue 2-10 and Wisconsin 2-10. I don't think Maryland. Okay, pointing it out now. I don't think Maryland's bad. They've had a hard schedule. I don't think Michigan State's bad. They've had a hard schedule. I don't think Penn State's garbage, but they've had a hard schedule. Don't think Rutgers is bad. Don't think UCLA is that bad. Don't think really any team's bad. Purdue's not that bad, I think. They've had such a hard schedule, it's unbelievable. And they've just gotten unlucky. Wisconsin's not horrible, but they suck. They're not 0-12, but they're like 4-8 if they play in the Big 12, okay? Just to give you perspective. Now we're moving on to the ACC. I've been talking for how long? 5 minutes. Not surprising. Okay, whatever. I talk too much. Georgia Tech 12-1. They, sadly, I think they'll beat SMU, which I think SMU wins out, makes it to the ACC championship, and this is where it gets difficult. Okay, so let me break this down, because this is fun. This is really fun. This is too much fun. So here's the thing: SMU wins out. They go 7-1. Georgia Tech beats Pitt, which makes Pitt fall out immediately. Also, Pitt loses to Miami. So Pitt's 8-4. Stanford, being a terrorizer that they are, beat no one above whatsoever because they don't do anything except beat Florida State for no reason. They go 5-7, make a bowl game most likely because they're smart. And yeah, those are my dreams. I think they'll lose to Notre Dame, but I think they beat UNC and Cal. So the reason why Duke goes 6-2, you may wonder. First of all, they beat Virginia, which is why Virginia's out. Also, Virginia loses to Virginia Tech, which some of you can say what you want. Louisville automatically falls out because of SMU. Miami wins out, but it doesn't matter. Duke, though, loses to North Carolina, I think, and then it gets interesting. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, excuse me, but I don't care. Excuse me. So, yeah. It's not looking good. Then you have Stanford at 8th, Pitt at 7th in the conference, Florida State 9 behind Stanford because they couldn't manage to beat Stanford. Good for them. Virginia Tech is at 10th. They're 3-5, 4-8. NC State's 11, 3-5, 6-6. They have a hard schedule coming. It's not going to be easy. They beat North Carolina though. Wake Forest 7-5, 3-5 in conference play. Syracuse, California, Clemson, North Carolina, all 2-6. None of them getting a bowl game because they all suck. Boston College is 0-8 though, 1-11. We're not even going to say anything. Also, I think Syracuse may lose to Boston College because they have been a dumpster fire, which is embarrassing. Lastly, we move on to the Big 12. You see Texas Tech, they went out. They beat BYU twice, which is just disrespectful. BYU loses to them twice. That means BYU deserves respect because they lose to one team twice who's good. Cincinnati goes 9-3. They lose another game. Good for them, whatever. Utah loses to Baylor. Pretty sure Cincinnati loses to BYU, by the way. Like I said, BYU has a pretty hard schedule. Pretty sure BYU goes Texas Tech. Let's see, Texas Tech. They go then to TCU or whatever. They may have been at home. And then they play Cincinnati in their final game. Disrespect. Like, just hard, okay? Arizona State's 5th, 8-4. Baylor, 8-4. Kansas State 6-6, 5-4. TCU 5-4, 8-4. Houston 5-4, 8-4. I don't think Houston's honestly that good, and they'll fall apart a bit with their hard schedule coming up. They play TCU, play Baylor, play another hard team. No, wait, those are their only 2 losses. Hold on. They play UCF, but they beat UCF because I don't think you. I mean, you being a UCF fan, you're looking at me right now, seeing you going 5-7 and kicking me in the face for saying such a thing. Kansas 6-6, 4-5. It may be a little disrespectful because I think Kansas has a good ceiling, but their floor has been pretty terrible. Iowa State 7-5. Iowa State has been sloppy on the road and very good at home. Arizona 6-6, 3-6 at home. They pull off a win versus Arizona State and get a bowl game because Arizona's a desperate little team. UCF is 5-7. They fail. They fail. That's really the story. They play West Virginia in the final game or something, but I don't know. West Virginia 4-8. West Virginia probably had the hardest schedule in the Big 12. I'm not gonna lie. Colorado 3-9. Colorado looks like they fell off a cliff so hard. It's somehow crazy. I think they basically decided to throw Caden Salter and Deion Sanders off every mountain and let them roll down each mountain, and it worked. Then you have Oklahoma State, who's just been an absolute dumpster fire, and this was no surprise for anybody. Surprise, surprise. Guess what, guys? It's okay, because Stanford was expected to go 1-11, just like y'all, and we're better than that. And basically, that's it. Me making dumb jokes. I was able to talk English kind of this time. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to go throw this Christmas tree through a wall because I had trouble setting it up. And yeah, God bless. Thank you for joining Redbird Domination. Like the video so I don't throw the Christmas tree through the wall. And I am out of here, guys. See ya.